I had actually learned about the Stanford prison study in statistics class, and I thought it was pretty interesting to begin with. As soon as I started to take a look at it more, however, I had realized how unethical it was, but not as bad as the Tuskegee study of untreated syphilis from 1932 to 1972. According to the textbook, students were arrested for normal crimes and held in a supposed Stanford County prison. This was actually a Stanford University psychology department building. They were stripped naked and given a uniform with an ID. It was pretty much like an actual prison, except by the looks of it, it was much worse. The psychologist who thought of the idea terminated the experiment after 6 days. Considering the effects this experiment had upon its subjects, do you have any ethical concerns about conducting similar studies? According to Rothwell, with regards to the moral issues in the Stanford study, one of them is that the teacher did not shield the individuals from physical and mental damage. They had individuals create the extreme misery, depression, and attempted to revolt. He had additionally assumed the job of jail governor and effectively urged the jail watchmen to do a portion of the things they had done. He had additionally just halted the examination after another clinician did an outside intervention. I couldn't imagine anything better than to genuinely know whether the teacher was terminatedly accorded. When it comes to the similar concerns about conducting similar studies, I would have some ethical concerns about doing them. Like when it comes with the shocking abuse with American soldiers in Baghdad prison. They both had done strapping them naked, forcing them to wear bags on their head, chaining them together, and doing sexual torture. This is just an ethnical concern, but I don't know how much it relates to other types of prison life and the military. Would you prefer to be a prisoner or guard, and why? I would probably want to be preferred as a guard. I feel like it would not be able to handle the conditions as a prisoner, but then again, I would not handle the tormenting of prisoners as well. I am more of a pacifist and usually a really nice guy, and I think it would have had me behave differently. You would be stripping the prisoners naked, forcing them to endure pain, and I don't know how to handle that effectively. According to Zimbardo, and in the textbook, once you put a uniform on and you are given a role, then you are certainly not the same person if you are in a street clothes and a different role. You really become that person once you put on the khaki uniform, you put on the glasses, you take the nightstick, and you act like a port. Quoted in Zimbardo 2007, page 2013. Sorry about that. How do you think you would have acted in the guard role and in the prisoner role? How confident are you that you would not act as most prisoners and guards did in the experiment? On what is this based? I would have to say that if I acted in a guard role, I would not act so confident in doing what I'm supposed to do. Like I said, I am normally a very nice and kind person, and I would have issues following the orders of being rude to the prisoners. However, when it comes to the prisoner role, I feel like I would not have any faith in living anymore. With what they had described, they had done to the prisoners in the textbook, I would not have the strength to live anymore in those kind of conditions. I would have probably had a lot of confidence that I would have acted like most of the prisoners, as I've dealt with depression and worthlessness. But I know that it would happen very easily if I lived in those type of situations. When it comes to the guards in the textbook that are usually pacifists or acting nice, them acting sadistic or being aggressive, I don't know if I would act like that. Most of this is based on my previous experiences with my own life, as I've always been a nice person, and I don't feel like I would ever change.